My name is Natalie Samarasinghe. I try to campaign and educate the people, in particular youth, in the United Kingdom on the work and ideals of the United Nations. It was mostly an opportunity to learn from the amazing lineup of speakers that we have, but also to network. I was particularly attracted to this conference. We've never before sent people to New York, but Paris represents for us an opportunity to engage with NGOs from what is called the Global South that we wouldn't normally engage with. For example, there are United Nations associations in lots of other parts of the world, and I've linked up with ones in Cuba and Nigeria, which has been absolutely fantastic. I think it is extremely important for young and also old women to be engaged in human rights, because it is often said that if women are empowered, an entire community can become empowered. Women are often the people who hold together their families and their communities. For example, in Sri Lanka, where there's a horrible ethnic conflict going on, both Sinhalese and Tamil women in border zones will work together to try and exchange items and try to have some sort of a market economy going, and also to find solutions to peace. So I think it's really vital for the voice of women to be heard. I was particularly impressed by the breakout session on Security Council Resolution 1325, which would not have happened without the impact of women's NGOs all over the world. I think the first step they need to take is really to find out what their rights are. I think one of UNESCO's principles is the right to knowing you're right. And I just came from a very interesting session where a young gentleman from Darfur spoke about how we should apply the principle of teaching a man or a woman how to fish, and they'll be able to feed themselves for their whole lives. I think that is very applicable to human rights. If you teach children and young people these principles, they're the ones who will then be able to implement them later on in their own communities and their countries.
I'm Naomi Lecomte, and I represent England and France. I'm currently a student of German and Russian at Oxford University. I think, well, the fact that it's held in Paris and not in New York signals change. And we are the people who can change the world and who can make it what we want it to be. And so I think young people need to be here to know what's going on and how they can be involved and things that they want to change, because, I mean, that's what we're here to do, and that's what we should do. I think, well, since women are often neglected and abused all over the world, they need to find out, well, inform themselves, first of all, about what the Human Rights Declaration says and what their rights are, and then let other people know, and just have a dialogue together and see, how they can improve everything, themselves, the world, people who are next door, people who are in other countries, and make this a better environment, not just for women, but for everyone.
Hello from the United Nations. My name is Susan Zip. I'm with the Communications Coordination Committee for the United Nations, and I'm very pleased to be here on behalf of the YWCA to work, as we do here at the United Nations annual DPI conference for the NGOs, on behalf of women and the human rights of women. We are seeking to understand on a greater level the more profound experiences that the United Nations must deal with, as well as all people, in ensuring human rights for women who are victims of cultural, community, or any kinds of violence or discrimination. There's a multiple level of aspects on the profound experience that women have in their families, in their cultures, their communities, and in their own personal lives. That their culture plays a very big role in the way that there's an expectation of how women should be or need to be to fulfill the obligations of their cultural heritage. In the world of reality, there is a tremendous amount of violence against women. Depending on the country you are from, between 1 in 3 to 1 in 7 women experiences direct violence to her. We must address as a unit, as a group of various people working in various situations and capacities of our own passion and interest. We must work together to unite our forces to make sure that we can help repair the whole woman on a psychological, a physical, emotional, a spiritual level. I urge you to use whatever capacity your interests are and to encourage sharing your information and energy with others, and help network your own organization and unite our voices together in the global decision-making process. We will have our voices heard. Thank you very much.